for the popcorn moment, brought to you by Booher Remodeling, Booher, BooherRemodeling.com. Your kitchen, your bathroom, the basement. If it's in your four walls, Booher Remodeling is the call, the best material, the most skilled craftsman. You want to take a kitchen and turn it into something of value, right? We're not talking about for when you sell your home. We're talking about how you live in your home. Booher is the call to make more cabinet space, more countertop space. You want a different layout, a different flow, all of it. Booher Remodeling are the people to call. They're listening to you. They understand what you're looking for. It doesn't matter if it's weird or strange. It's only weird and strange to somebody else. To you, it's what you want to make a kitchen that works for you and your family. Talk to Booher. They deliver quality work on time with a service-oriented attitude, and they have design experts that you can use, work with to lay out that whole kitchen from beginning to end. Their 5-step design process put into play, and the next thing you know, you've got the kitchen you've always wanted. Booher Remodeling. Talk to them today. 317-852-5546. 317-852-5546. Booher Remodeling. 852-5546. Or online at Booher. Booher. BooherRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn because there is more. I have a couple of things to get to, and I will get to some of the things I wanted to in a moment. It was very cool to see that Jake Burgess, who owns Fox Garden and now owns Bonji's, he is acquiring Carnegie's in Greenfield. I did not know that Carnegie's had closed at the end of June. They've been around for 26 years. So now his group, which is the Fox Gardens and Bonji's and Smokey's Concessions in concession stand in Lapel, they're taking it over. We've got some seriously good restaurateurs in Indy. We've got what the Cunningham Group does. We've seen what kind of force Patachu has been. I like it. And I like celebrating the local things that are doing well. This is one of those things. Good on you. Well done. Well played. Love that's happening on the South Side, too. I think that's fantastic. Terrific. So that was one. Then there's the story of the nominees. The story of the nominees goes as follows. President Trump is trying to get his judicial and other nominees confirmed. It's not happening. Certainly not happening with any bit of force. It isn't moving down the line aggressively. It's being thwarted. This time it was by Democrats who said, well, we're not going to allow this. We're going to try and stop that. We're going to try and obfuscate here and fight there. They were trying to get this done before the recess. Schumer's like, well, we could find our way free to allowing some of these votes. I don't know why these people have so much power. If you let loose $1 billion for things that we're interested in, to which Trump told Schumer to go to hell. And then told Republicans to go enjoy your recess, have a great recess, go back and tell your districts what we're trying to do as Republicans and what Democrats are doing to stop us. It really is incredible when you take a look at how much we're seeing the confirmations of Trump not take place. It's a ton, and it's a problem. And I do not know, because I brought this up to you, that I do not know what it is that Republicans are doing, that they are going to keep the Senate in session throughout this recess, which is going to prevent President Trump from engaging what's known as a recess appointment, which is absolutely lawful. It's in the Constitution. The Senate isn't in session. The president can appoint people until such time that they need to be confirmed. So by keeping the Senate in some type of like limbo session, you're preventing the president from being able to do this. Now, there are some Republicans who will tell you that even though there's this slow walk, it's been a pretty good couple of months.
I think we should get the entire executive calendar done. I totally agree with President Trump on that. Why are we waiting? Here's what's interesting, and you guys should do this. You guys could make your job a lot more interesting if you did the following. When you see Democrat senators coming out of the hall, you should ask them who they voted against. They have no idea. These are all nominees that in a normal environment would just sail through.
Now that
it's a good line from Senator Bernie Moreno. Goes back to Fox and the question to Senator Marshall.
That is exactly what I've been hearing from my sources on the Hill. Is that your experience as well?
Kevin, Senator Moreno's absolutely right. But I want to emphasize, despite Chuck Schumer's trying to slow things down, we've had an incredible first 7 months under President Trump. We've had 11 pieces of major legislation that the president signed. We've repealed 16 Biden rules as well, 125 nominees. But the Democrats are not following suit at all. They're doing everything they can to obstruct us. I think the big emphasis here is that 70 to 90% of the people nominated in years past by different presidents have been done so by unanimous consent or by some type of a voice vote. So they are slow walking things.
Well, the voice vote is interesting because there's been a grand total of 0 voice votes allowed. 0. Now, this has a bit of nuance to it. There's an interesting thing going on along with this. And it is how the Democratic Party is stating quite clearly that they should be getting involved in gerrymandering. Now you say to me, how do these two things connect? Well, it connects through the very idea that the rules are for you, you sucker. They're not for other people. They certainly aren't for Democrats. This is Senator Cory Booker speaking on this subject to CNN.
I'm sick of the gerrymandering, but if Donald Trump is going to push to gerrymander Texas, he's going to break the rules in order to win. He can't win by the rules they are right now, so he thinks you should break the rules. For Democrats to sit back and just say, okay, we're going to play by the Queen's rules, no. I'm telling you right now, we need to win in the midterm. We need to stop him from cheating, from lying, and from stealing the election. And if they're doing something to add their congressional seats, we need to look at our ways of doing that right now.
First, the Democrats are now fine with talking about stealing elections. Now it's okay to accuse people of stealing elections. What Cory Booker is saying, how dare you not vote for the people I tell you to vote for? But this is now an argument for gerrymandering. The thing that they're accusing Texas Republicans of doing, which, by the way, I don't doubt, gerrymandering happens all over the place. Redrawing district lines to be more favorable happens all over. Yeah, I wish it didn't, but here it is. And here are Democrats now, instead of saying we shouldn't do this, saying we're all in favor of it because we have to fight fire with fire, as if somehow they never did it before. The same thing is true about the votes. Now they're slow rolling the votes and won't give any voice votes. When Republicans do this, you know what we're going to be told? That Republicans are thwarting democracy. It's absolutely what they're going to say. And it's also not Cory Booker who's saying it. This is the chairman of the Texas Democrat Party on CNN.
Because when we look at the maps and we look at the states that are, kind of prone to gerrymandering, Illinois is one of them, right? It's ranked among the worst by people who study these things. And so you have lots of state houses around the country that are going to be looking at what's happening in Texas and saying, hey, maybe we can do that. Given how few are controlled by Democrats, what's your concern here?
Well, Democrats would be the first ones to line up to try to get federally recognized nonpartisan redistricting committees. But Republicans will never be on board trying to get that accomplished. We see lots of Democratic states where they've done that and Republican states where they haven't. And all it's done is cripple Democrats from their ability to be competitive. I hope that blue states across the country see this as a signal flare and start carving up their own seats, because Democrats have to stop trying to be the only adults in the room.
Great. Okay. Well, it only gets worse from here. But they're saying we can't get what we want, so now we're openly admitting to what we have to do. I would be happier with their gerrymandering, but it doesn't seem to be going away. And it is the same argument. When they do it, it's fine. When you do it, it's a threat to America. Matt Bear is out today. Jeremy Scott has traffic.